All right, y'all, we are back with another video. And before we start, please put prayers for Donald Trump in the comment section below. Like I said, we got to keep this man protected at all times. We see that the police had literally just stopped a man that had a machete and he had 3 pocket knives trying to enter the Capitol building where President Trump was at. On side of that, it was another guy outside the building that had explosives that were trying to explode a car to try to cause an effect, cause the police to go after that to let that man up in the building that had the knives and stuff. So we got to keep President Trump, you know what I'm saying, protected. And along with this one right here, we're going to check this one out by Ben. It said that Donald Trump had to arrive in a anti-drone tank to fly in military jet to D.C. And the reason why, because it was a massive inauguration threat. So we know that these people are still after Donald Trump. We can't take no chances or anything like that. So we see the reason why President Trump was pretty much just shoved into this anti-drone tank to keep him protected, especially from these drones. So you got the drones, you got other people that's out here trying to attack President Trump. Tomorrow is Inauguration Day, so we gotta keep President Trump protected. Make sure y'all please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, let's dive straight into this so y'all can kind of get more information about what's going on. But like I said, we gotta keep President Trump protected. All right, let's go.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. We have good news and even better news to report to you about President Trump's arrival in Washington, D.C. Firstly, President Trump is finally being protected by competent individuals who actually like him and want him to survive. This is Sean Curran. He is the new head of President Trump's Secret Service. He's been the head of Trump's personal detail for the better part of 10 years. The two men know each other. They trust each other with their lives. And Sean Curran is the man who physically used his body to protect Donald Trump as bullets rained down in Butler. This man is going to do the job and do it well. Now, the threat assessment for President Trump is in the extreme. You just have to understand the landscape here. There were forces that wanted Donald Trump to be assassinated in 2024 via judicial means, political means, impeachment means, or physical assassination. They didn't want Trump to survive, much less get inaugurated with full MAGA control of government and the popular vote, winning all 7 swing states, and as a unifying, dominant force in American politics. This is a nightmare scenario for some very, very evil people. And so you just have to assume that the threat level against President Trump, who you can see here is arriving peacefully in Washington, D.C. last night. Epic lighting here for Barron. Yes, the return of the king. Melania looking great. Ladies and gentlemen, it's this video of President Trump's departure from West Palm Beach that had a lot of people speculating about what these threats may be. You'll notice something. These are the vehicles that are carrying the principals here. That these vehicles have funny little nodules on the very top of them. And this sort of undergirds a commentary that's been made by Dan Bongino and other security experts about the potential threat against President Trump. Now, I've never seen President Trump drive in vehicles that look like this. These vehicles are normal in a motorcade, but I've never seen the Trumps actually using them. We checked a lot of files and a lot of footage. These little knobs on the top of the cars here are radar jammers. These are very sophisticated vehicles that are there to detect potential drone attacks, missile attacks. It's a very, very scary environment because we have no idea who's come across our southern border and what they've brought with them. You'll see here Melania Trump getting out of the bank vault-like door, exiting the vehicle, and heading very quickly to the stairs around the car. Now, what are these cars, ladies and gentlemen? And again, the Trumps arrived safely in Washington, D.C. Well, these cars, according to this article from TMZ, electronic countermeasure vehicles, codenamed Watchtower. This is typically what the agents drive in. This is very unique to carry a principal in. This vehicle is large vertical aerials and domes on its spine that actively jams communications and remote detonating devices. Some configurations, it may also work at detecting incoming projectiles and small unmanned aircraft via shortwave radar. So jamming drones, stopping suicide drones. The vehicle, along with others in the motorcade, may also provide laser warnings used by some anti-tank guided missiles, radar warnings for the convoy if a threat is detected, such as using one of the lasers for designation or ranging, or threat radar were detected, IR smoke, chaff, and targeting and jamming could be deployed, disrupting such an attack. This is a vehicle to stop a potential drone attack.
That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to.
Is the explosive device, IEDs, and communications, selective, and barrage jamming technology have come a long way in almost a decade and a half counterinsurgency warfare in Iraq and Afghanistan. During the height of both wars, remotely detonated IEDs were lead of casualties among deploying forces. Systems such as the Crew Duke have likely saved hundreds, if not thousands, of lives overseas. Even more advanced technology deployed across Afghanistan and Iraq in MRAPs during the later half of the decade. So they're saying that this is effectively a signal jamming vehicle.
Pretty much let them know everything that's going on.
So that's what this very specific look. And this is not something that you would typically see the president and his detail driving in. This is not typically where the principal would be carried. I mean, I'm just showing you that left-wingers had no problem gathering in Washington, D.C., ladies and gentlemen. It seems to be that it's President Trump's gatherings that are getting extreme security precautions. The Secret Service.
Yeah, that's the reason why I said, though, because, you know, they talking about like a drone threat. And then, of course, like I said, when you just had them two guys that show up to the Capitol with machetes and explosives and stuff. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he should do anything outside, should keep everything inside the building. We just cannot take any chances at all. So that's the reason why, you know, they are very cautious, like with the vehicles that he just showed up in and stuff like that. We got to keep President Trump protected. Like I said before, I just want them to keep everything like in the inside of the building. We just cannot take any chances outside because anything can happen. Anything can happen. They already said it's going to be cold, on top of trying to watch out and make sure ain't nobody going to show up with a gun or people, you know, falling out. Just all type of stuff can just go wrong. So I just feel like, you know, everything should be inside the building.
Service has, of course, moved everything indoors, including the parade.
Yep.
And President Trump will not be outdoors.
Yep.
Given this threat environment.
That's the best thing to do.
It says Gordon Chang, that just before it was announced that Trump's inauguration would move indoors, flat-bottomed helicopters were making low-level passes over Washington, D.C. Were they sniffing for something? Well, yes, actually, they were. They were sniffing for radiological activity, as was detailed here in CBS News. CBS News did a ride-along in one of these helicopters sniffing for a dirty bomb, potential nuclear radiation spikes. These are very, very sophisticated helicopters. Only a few of them exist on Earth, and they can, of course, detect whether there is some type of radiological event. So this is happening.
Yep.
According to Susan Crabtree, who's one of the best Secret Service reporters out there, she has a long summary here talking to various Secret Service agents. You can see here them sort of taking away now all of the rafters and everything for an outdoor event. Effectively, the Secret Service agents says that nobody will be allowed in open spaces on the mall next to the Capitol. Numerous people standing guard. Everyone inside the Capitol, except for members of Congress, Supreme Court justices, will be screened through magnetometers. And that they are really concerned about bad actors.
Yep.
Whether it be drones and drone attacks, which they are utterly incapable of defending against.
Yep. Or crazy people.
You saw so many drones flying over New Jersey and the federal government didn't know how to capture them, didn't know how to stop them, didn't even tell us what they were. They know what they are. Gunmen.
That's another thing. Gunmen.
People with actual precision rifles.
Yep.
That were trained. I mean, it's just a dangerous, dangerous environment right now.
That's why I say keep everything inside.
Glass all around President Trump. And then, of course, how do you protect President Trump driving slowly through Washington, D.C. outdoors? The more I think about this, as disappointing as it is for millions of Americans who are...
Yes, then you have to have a bulletproof car and all of that. Like you said, if he's driving through, shots can ring out. Like more innocent people can be shot and killed. It's just a lot of stuff that can go wrong. It's the reason why I'm happy that President Trump is not taking these chances and saying, you know what, I'm going to go outside. Even though he might have the bulletproof glass around him, but it just still like other people can still get hurt just because they trying to get to him. So like I said, putting it inside the building is perfect. I'm happy with that.
either watching or who traveled to Washington, D.C. to see it in real time, we must get President Trump sworn in.
Yep.
And what you're seeing here is obviously the indications that the threat levels are in the extreme, probably even far beyond what you or I could possibly conceive of.
Yep.
Yesterday, President Trump's second inauguration was moved indoors at the Capitol Rotunda. The inauguration parade was canceled. Today, in POTUS's motorcade en route to Air Force One, POTUS and his family used drone jammers on many of the cars. The swearing in at the Capitol may now be moved to the White House. This is what a lot of people are rumoring.
Mm-hmm.
There's a huge security issue going on here, and it has nothing to do with the weather. That's exactly right.
I knew it was more than just the weather. I knew that.
President Trump canceled earlier in the month a trip to Bedminster in New Jersey, to his home in New Jersey, because there were so many drones flying over Bedminster. Why were they choosing New Jersey? President Trump spends half the year in New Jersey. The threat on Trump's life must be tremendous that the president-elect uses Air Force One before the inauguration. Picture below are anti-drone jammers atop vehicles. This is not about the weather. Trump used military plane today related to security enhancements requested by the campaign. The plane would not be officially called Air Force One until his swearing-in ceremony, but he used an Air Force One plane. That being said, I'm not here to be a doomer. I'm not here to try and scare anyone. We are simply here. We pray for President Trump and we want him to be safe.
Mm-hmm.
President Trump's cabinet gathering in Washington, D.C., looking absolutely stunning. President Trump last night having a great time. It's Jeff Bezos, right? They're at Bedminster. Okay, they're in New Jersey. President Trump in great spirits in spite of everything. Donald Trump dancing there.
Signature dance.
And again, he finally has competent people around him, and President Trump arrived at the Blair House. This is across the street from the White House. This is the official house that the president stays in as he is waiting for his inauguration. This is tradition. Donald Trump was welcomed to Washington, D.C. by Elvis, of all people. Everyone's still having a great time. And the golden age is upon us. This is Donald Trump and Melania looking out at these beautiful golden fireworks last night. It's like a picture of Camelot.
That's what we want to see, man.
God bless America. That's exactly right.
That's the reason why I say, y'all, we dodged a freaking bullet. I am glad Kamala Harris did not get elected. This woman is just garbage. She is an idiot. All she did was lie. She put out a lot of stuff that the reason why President Trump was almost assassinated twice, her and along with her cronies, all of them. So I am just happy that we dodged a major bullet, because this woman Kamala Harris told so many freaking lies. So many freaking lies. We don't need a liar running in office. Joe Biden was already in there. They already lied about him.
This is the new Secret Service perimeter. The Secret Service expanded their protection perimeter to effectively encompass all of Washington, D.C., all of traditional, colonial, and historic Washington, D.C., all the way up to the convention center up here. If you're familiar with Washington, D.C., this is a monster footprint.
Yep.
Just massive. Absolutely massive footprint. So pedestrians will effectively not be allowed inside of this red zone. And then inside of the yellow zone, vehicle screening perimeter. So, man, they are locking down D.C. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen D.C. locked down like that.
They ain't playing.
So there you go.
Got to keep them protected,
Air Force One, being used yesterday. Effectively, you can't call it Air Force One. But it was, it was the same plane. It was the plane that you're used to seeing, as Air Force One, with the same security measures. So Donald Trump taking what is a military plane to Washington, D.C., inside of a vehicle with the radar jammers and everything. Mm-hmm. But, of course, President Trump arriving safely. Everything is good. Everybody is going to have a great time at the rally. And while it may be, again, disappointing for many, this I also thought was interesting. There was no lights. Typically, you would light these things. There was no lighting, right?
Joe Biden would have fell all the way down the stairs.
We just want President Trump safe. We don't care.
Yep.
Swear him in at a Waffle House, as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Swear him in
I'm
at a
with you on
McDonald's.
that
Have him
one.
put on the apron. Swear him in at the McDonald's fries.
Salute to Benny. Make sure y'all go subscribe to his channel. Let him know that I sent you. I definitely want to check this out because I was seeing that Benny was talking about like these anti-drone, how President Trump had to show up in a tank and stuff like that to be protected, him and his family. You know what I'm saying? Due to the threats. Of course, like I've mentioned 3 times about the guys showing up with explosive and knives, and then now the drone threat. They are trying their best to get to President Trump. And like I said, they ain't playing around. They ain't playing around. President Trump, them ain't playing around. They watching out for him. We got to keep them safe. We just want to get them sworn in. We ain't got to worry about no parade and all of that extra stuff. We just want to make sure President Trump is safe. That's the main goal. So like I said, y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.